Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, or whatever time zone it is, wherever you in the world. It is your Lord and Saviour, whose lips are bizarrely pink this morning. That aside, before I get in this little rant about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, I actually want to start off by saying thank you everyone who has left a kind words regarding the sad departure of my grandma earlier this week. It was a very unexpected thing, and yet kind of expected. Her health's been degrading for quite a bit recently, but you know, doesn't matter how much prep you get, it always seems a bit sudden, you know. But yeah, thank you everyone who's, you know, been there and supported and left a message and patient during this trying times. But I'm out here talking about Bloodlines 2 today because quite frankly I need a distraction just to pick up my morale a bit, and what better way to do that is bitching about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. So what's happening now then? Truth be told, not a lot, and I find that a little concerning. Now, I want to make something very clear. I do not want the developers to rush the product just to, you know, give false pleasing emotions to their fan base to assure everything is okay when it isn't. We don't want a Cyberpunk 2077 situation all over again now, do we? I don't want the publishers to force anything upon them either. Although I kind of feel that's the way that things are going to go, because this is a paradox. They don't care about the world of darkness, really. So I don't want anybody to rush anything. However, all that we have really seen from Bloodlines 2 is a variety of blog posts that basically just say, oh, look how pretty our lighting is. Look at this fancy tech that we're using to make it look all neon noir, or whatever the buzzword that they're using. So, okay, you keep telling us how pretty it looks. You've taken these behind the scenes screenshots to show that you're definitely working on Bloodlines 2. Good on you. But can we have a bit more, please? Like a bit of actual gameplay. Maybe as you like putting out GIFs, you know, to reveal clans, like the Venture over there. You know, that was the announcement of the Venture, remember? We didn't get an announcement trailer of Venture, probably because the other three got such bad feedback that they probably scrapped the Venture last minute. I don't know, I'm just guessing at this point. Maybe they didn't have one planned. No, they didn't have one planned, if I remember correctly. They didn't want to rush things, which is great, but at the same time, yeah, I just would like to see a bit more, and as we keep seeing the same sort of things over and over again now, it doesn't really inspire confidence much either. Like, it's a little frustrating. It's also a bit annoying, for me at least, that the gameplay that we have seen hasn't been that much. It's all been very much focused on the combat, and no one liked the combat reveal trailer either, because it was just a rinse and repeat of like JoJo punches, weird ass floating that no Brujar is capable of doing, and weird dialogue and facial animation stuff, and a sidekick that just won't shut the fuck up in your head sort of thing, which people don't like at the moment. So, as I said, nothing that what I've seen has inspired confidence so much, and I've never really been particularly excited for Bloodlines 2. Like, not to be negative, well, even more negative I should say, about it. It's just the fact that I've never felt that Bloodlines needed a sequel. Like, I came into Vampire in 2019 through Bloodlines, and it felt complete. It, like, even with its different endings, it felt like it's reached a fairly satisfactory end. It doesn't need much more. And seeing what Hard Suit Labs were doing at the time, you know, with its original writers and whatnot, it did look cool, but I did not think it was Bloodlines. What it is at the end of the day is a Vampire the Masquerade game with a lot more money thrown at it that just so happens to have the name Bloodlines. And even if they're not similar, they don't share any of the characters' main themes or jokes or whatever across any of them, people are going to make comparisons between them because it has fucking Bloodlines in its name. So that's just weird in of itself, but of course Paradox don't really care much about the franchise. They just want all the sweet money that can come from it. Of course, they're business. Of course they want money, but nothing that I've seen regarding Bloodlines 2's development, or indeed most of the Vampire and World of Darkness games that we've had so far with them under the, you know, controlling everything, hasn't made me feel, well, they really care how good everything's been presented. There's also been posts like this one where members of Bloodlines 2's team have been laid off, and this particular example is somebody who's actually been writing dialogue for it, it's quests and whatever it is that their main job description is. But I don't know, that seems quite a core fundamental part to a game like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, where it's meant to be story first. But of course we know that Bloodlines 2 is going to be more action focused, which is fine. It's just not what people wanted or expected or set up to believe that Bloodlines 2 would be. And again, Bloodlines 1 had action, and the latter part of the game was very combat focused, because we know that was a very rushed development. I don't think there's a single Vampire the Masquerade fan who does not know about the troubling development cycle of Vampire the Masquerade by Troika Games. The now defunct Troika Games, I should add. I just don't want history to repeat itself. Even if I don't care that much about Bloodlines 2, I do actually want it to come out in a good state that people can actually enjoy and feel that, yeah, this is Vampire the Masquerade. It may not be the same like level of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines in terms of RP, but I do want people to have a decent look at it and go, yeah, this feels like Vampire to me. To that end, tell me what you are looking forward to about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, if anything at all. Do you share my concerns, or am I over-worrying yet again? Let me know your comments and your thoughts in the down below, and whilst you're down there, check out the description where you can find a load of Vampire the Masquerade books for you to use for your games. If you purchase them using those links, I get some of the money back because I'm an affiliate and I want to carry on doing World of Darkness and TTRPG content for you, and doing so is not a cheap endeavour, so any financial support you can give me would be absolutely fantastic. But if you can't, that's absolutely fine. Just like, share, subscribe with anyone and everyone who will be interested in what I do and how I go about doing it, and I will see you on the next upload, wherever that may well be for you. And until next time, farewell.